so little by little, that movie was the experience of that is a great thing happened to my life. It helped me overcome a lot of mental obstacles. In movies, you can do those things. The cultural barrier I used to experience in Champaign, Illinois, in theater department, can be overcome when you're making a movie. It's sight and sound, and somehow you can make it work. I could speak broken English, misunderstandings, clumsiness, even not so familiar with film like rules, as good as my crew. I mean, we argue all the time in terms of coverages, lines, how to light it. I have to fight every day, but that was, in a way, the best film school for me. And how to deal with movie stars and actors, how to group them, how to make your days.
When did
how
you
to deal with the all sort of conditions, how you sell it. I think it taught me so much. If you can take in a lot of crap, actually you're gaining a lot. I come out feel confident, like nobody can scare me anymore. If I don't know what to do, at least I can retreat to something that's safe and take it from there. So that movie really gave me the best film education in all fronts. At the end of the day, we're a bunch of serious filmmakers and artists who want to make a good movie, and I got nothing but goodwill. Like halfway on, the skepticism sort of started to disappear.
Do you remember distinctly the turning point? Do you remember like what incident, what event?
It's come gradual from the third week to fifth week. After the fifth week, and also, again, Teddy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think studio was very pleased
With the dailies.
with the dailies,
Yeah, so
and that really helped. At first, they didn't think that was funny enough or something, and James was coming of help. He was kind of my start out, because not only other than Lindsay Duran, I don't even see Americans, let alone Chinese. They're all top-of-the-line Brits. They're very scary to me. So I brought along James to be like one of the co-producer. At first, nobody knew who he was. They thought he was my kind of entourage. And then gradually ended up producing the film. So at first, he did a lot of talk, because I was so quiet. He can't get me to say anything. And he will social, have dinner with them, and tell them that I was like a Zen master. I say nothing, but it's there everywhere, and things like that. So that really helped. So little by little, I sort of start to speak, and there's a lot of misunderstanding. I give them direction, they will flinch, like it was so direct. But I think I was right on. It's just like when you're good at English, there are better ways of putting it, more polite, more civilized. Mine was like, that was a dull look.
You're a fat.
You will get better. Yes, things like that. But there are better ways to say that, but I didn't know then. But gradually they got used to me. At first, it's very hard for them to adjust, because they know nice people, nice director. They also know mean directors. And my method is kind of mean, but I'm a nice person. They didn't really know how to take me. And I literally couldn't say like one sentence fluently. I give you an example, like I'll tell Alan Rickman to reduce. Like after 3 takes, I keep saying reduce, reduce. And then I'll say do more. He'll flinch. He said, what do you mean reduce and do more? And I said more reduce. Like, it's so humiliating to English Shakespearean actors. Like, well, I can talk 3 days about experience. But yeah, I slogged through my days. There were a few weeks I couldn't eat. My stomach was gone. It was so intense. But on the surface, they were all very English, very proper, and everybody loved that sort of thing. But there's a lot of tension inside of me. I guess no pain, no gain. But after that, I start to, I don't really have to prove to anybody.
It's like your rite of passage.
I can do anything without being really challenged.
Yeah.
So thanks to that experience.
So we've got all these questions. I'm gonna give you the questions from the audience. So when does the vision for a film come to you? How does the vision happen?
First three scripts, I wrote them myself, or like During Man and Woman, I participate in initiate the idea. They come from me. Something reflect my life. I was sitting at home, meditating, writing scripts. Somehow, I will come up with story. Usually, it's ideas, not even vision. And after that is I will take inspiration from novels, short stories, other materials. That's actually more interesting. I think when you start out, there's no mystery. Everybody has a story to tell. But after a while, if you don't want to just deliver yourself, you see yourself as like a growing filmmaker, I think outside material is necessary, at least in my case. Usually it's not, very few time is, well, every movie initiate in a different ways. I could remember a couple of times its vision. Just one image that made me want to make the movie. Basically, I choose what to do because the material has elements that's not even character. Like most of the time, you look for character and storytelling. To me, it's not. That comes later. It's ingredient that I get hooked onto. I have gut reaction to it. I want to do it. I don't know why. It's something I really don't understand, and I think it'll take at least a year to learn about it, to find out what is it. Then I will start to do it. So it's basically elements. A couple of times they relate to visions. Like the ice storm. I was reading that short story because James recommended that writer to me. He said, oh, he's an interesting young writer, not for film, just for pleasure to read. So on the second book, The Ice Storm, I remember exactly at page 200, an image of the young kid, get electrified and slide down the ice. They have some description about how it looks. So that image just made me want to make that movie. I didn't know why. I didn't know nothing about the suburb of southern New England, 1973. I had no idea, but I just feel like that image, that frozen, transparent, and reflective nature force that freezes everything, the crispness and the surface, that made me want to make that movie. Then I started to get into it. It gets more and more interesting. One image of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like the very last paragraph of the novel, it says the young woman character flies down from the mountain into the clouds and disappear. That got to me. It's not flying, it's not qigong, it's not suicide, or I don't know what it is, but I have an image in my head. It just made me want to make that movie. Then I will try, usually those images toward almost the end. Then I will trace back to how do I get audience to feel what I feel when I see that image. Then it takes steps. Mostly I write the script backwards. In order to reach there, what do you have to do to set it, to develop and twist? So when that moment hits, you don't know what hits you.
It's a beautiful image. It's liberating.
I think the beauty doesn't come from cinematography. From all the backstory come to that point and culminate into that image. All the elements you make, it's a long way. So I want to share that feeling when I read that, when the image occurred to me. So a couple times happened like that. And the others have different reasons. All because some elements I sense they're conflicting each other, something that's very challenging, usually opposing elements like gay cowboys, romance, in a Western space.
Yeah, here we have a question from the audience. So continue with this theme. So what was the thing in Brokeback Mountain that struck you?
I wanted to make the movie when I read the paragraph when one of the characters, played by Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie, he said, we could have a good life but you don't want it in Ennis. But now all we got is Brokeback Mountain. To me, that's an existential moment to me. Brokeback Mountain, everybody has a Brokeback Mountain. Something pure, you don't know what, it's total romantic, you don't know what it is. When it happened to you, you don't know what happened. But for 20 years, those two characters, like a lot of us, after a certain age, you want to go back, you can never really duplicate that feeling. You can never grasp it. So it's really an idea of romance, of something innocent. It's like a loss of paradise for me. So that was very moving to me, and I feel like making that movie. And I cry at the end when he take out the shirt in the closet. That was really, really gripping. So that was Brokeback.